Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MSNBC, my snarky news broadcasting channel. All of the news, none of the pants. My name, of course, is Antoine the Great, and I have been joined by my gorgeous co-hosts, Wren from Wrenelations and Shitlords Anonymous.
Hey, guys.
And Ishtar from her own Twitch stream, as well as playing Sarah on Army of Snarkness right here on Help for the Guildless every Thursday evening.
Hi guys, how's it going?
And apparently, I am the only one that is... I'm not sure I have a problem with this, but the new uniform seems to be cleavage.
Yes.
Oh, my cleavage doesn't even show up on the window.
If you lower your camera, it will.
But then you lose the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't think the guys notice the top of the head when there's cleavage.
Yeah, it's not something that they actually notice when they're... I mean, eyes are normally drawn to cleavage, as we are wont to do. So...
Alright, hold on a second. I will readjust my camera. I mean, I don't want to disappoint the boys.
The boys like angles like this, where they don't care about your forehead, or most of your head. It's just like that part.
And this is why this is the most popular show on my channel. I am not complaining. Not complaining in the least. But I don't think this is news. This is just... I mean, it kind of goes with some of the articles apparently we have tonight, though.
Yeah, but think about it. I mean, in Russia, they have naked
Hello?
news.
Hello?
Yeah, you're still there.
You're still there? Hello?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you hear us?
Yeah, my computer's just being really slow for some reason.
Ah.
You might want to, restart it. Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
That doesn't work for you. I don't think it's going to work for my computer.
Mom.
Oh. Is that a naked child?
He's in a pull-up here. I'm trying to camera real quick. Kid, I'm working.
This is what happens when we do things live.
we get semi-naked children, exasperated mothers, and me
semi-naked
wondering why
women.
the hell
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't understand that bedtime is a thing some days. Alright, he's gone. Alright, sorry behind me. Kid, go in your room.
What did you post in my Discord?
I don't know. I don't have time to check because we're doing things. So, let's say hello to the chat. Who we have in the chat, though? Let's see who we got. Ben C is here. He claimed first comment. How's it going, Ben C? Ray is here. Mitzi is here. Zar is here. Trashfire, Medica Fembot. Who else? The Rich Tree. Jeez, we have like full house here tonight.
Yeah, everyone's here.
Ace of Skulls, how's it going? Nico Bruno, that's Jeff DeCool. So.
Hi guys.
Hello. Alright, child's gone now.
Ben C wants to know if the half-naked kid is going to make Antoine demonetized. No, the way that works is it has to be for alluring purposes, and since that was not alluring purposes, it's not going to happen.
Plus, it was 30 seconds, the camera's off. He does it to me all the time. Because he's 4. At 4, you somehow believe magically clothing is optional.
Nice. I mean, well, they are 4. And there are some adults that think clothing is optional, too. I live with 2 of them. So... speaking of, Ray Stone says, speaking of Full House, Laurie Laughlin was arrested for helping people get into college. Yes, we'll put helping people in quotes. I heard about that on the news today.
Yep. She, wire fraud is a thing.
Yes, wire fraud is a thing. Ray Stone says Pixar didn't happen. I'm assuming he's referring to the women that don't like wearing clothes around here. I would give you pictures, Ray, but that would be a problem. Because I'd be dead.
What?
You need to restart your computer, darling.
What?
You are... Never mind. We'll do it live. I think
she froze.
She froze. Well, Wren, I guess that means it's just you and me.
Here?
You are roboting and freezing.
I'll be right back.
Yes.
Is she trying to play Minecraft and stream at the same time again?
I have no idea. Probably. Last time she was knitting.
Dude, but something else is going on with my computer. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, the lag is strong with Sarah. I guess that means that we have to just do our thing for a little bit, which I do have. I do have a couple of extra Florida Man articles just for the fact that 2 of them are short. So I have some funny ones. What did we started with cringe? No, we started with science first last time, right?
Science was last time. I think we went science, Florida, cringe.
So let's go ahead and do some Florida, and then I guess you could say this is kind of cringe, depending on your kink. I guess you could say. Florida man caught on camera licking a doorbell.
What?
Yeah.
Licking a door.
Bell. There's video too.
That's a thing.
Yeah. So, I don't know how this is gonna go. I haven't watched the video yet, but he's licking a doorbell, and this is not the first time. So let's go ahead and start this. There's no sound, so.
Florida's always drunk.
Yeah, that's the face of someone. That's the face of someone who is sane. He was eating something, and then he decided to lick the doorbell.
Of course he did, because
Florida.
You lick doorbells?
And he didn't just do it once. He keeps going back for it. Like, he's on his, 6th time licking the doorbell.
Does he think it's how he gets in the house? Or did someone tell him that's how you ring a doorbell?
No, he's advertising a paper. I really don't understand what's going on. I'm hoping the article explains. But he seems very happy about it. Why does he look like Tim Pool? I don't know. No, this is a second one. Trash Fire. And he comes back and he licks it for... Oh, God. Well, we're just going to keep it right there. Lake Worth, Florida. This is from February... Well, it's kind of old. It's a month old. A bearded man was caught on camera licking a doorbell in Florida. If you don't find that surprising, it's probably due to the fact that this has happened before. A different man was caught on camera in California licking a doorbell for 3 entire hours, according to the homeowner. 3 hours. I mean,
that's
at least
persistent.
I was going to say, at least we know he's got stamina in the tongue region. He's going to be very popular in jail. According to a news release and video from Ring, the latest licker approaches the home with a stack of papers and seems to be attempting to convey some sort of message. Unfortunately, he didn't quite get the point across. His name is Jeremy, and he's homeless. Are we sure?
Of course he is.
Said the homeowner. He's asked my husband for cigarettes a few times, but now he's coming around way too much. This was the last straw. I've notified the police. How's it going, Cinder Shadow? So yeah, this is the second window licker. So if you live in Florida, look for this face. He's going to tongue your bell.
He thinks the doorbell. I think they think that's how they ring the doorbell.
I don't know. But, yeah. I thought it was weird. I was going to do it last week, but I found some other stories. So, we got the doorbell licker.
Yes.
Now, Cinder Shadow brings up a good point. Is this doorbell licker just like the window lickers?
Just trying to clean the doorbell?
I don't know. I mean,
yeah, that's I guess that's one way of cleaning a doorbell.
Peter Locke asks if there's something in the meth making people lick doorbells. Yeah, it's called meth.
Yeah.
There is meth in the meth.
And in Florida, there's probably meth in the water.
And the air, and the food, in the clothing, in the cigarettes, in the cars, people's pockets.
Za, if you couldn't get her to do it with the chocolate, I don't think you're going to be able to get her to do it to a doorbell.
Probably not. That is a very good assumption.
I just think it's not happening. That's just what its answer is.
So, Wren, do you want to talk about the theme that you have with your articles tonight?
This was accidental, but apparently there's a lot of weird sex news out there in a short period of time. I don't know why, but there is.
Sex on the brain, maybe?
No. It's just a lot of, like, the Daily Mirror's where I got a lot of, print all of these, and they seem to have a lot of, made their authors do.
Gotcha.
But we can start with the most disappointing, which is Ikea.
Ikea? What's wrong with Ikea?
Well, they created their own version of the Kama Sutra.
No, they what?
Oh god, I returned just in time for cringe.
Yes, you did.
You missed the window or the doorbell licker.
Ew.
It's to lick a doorbell, Ishtar. Because you would not lick the chocolate anus. They want you to lick the doorbell. Oh, thank you, Apocal. Apocal7964 just subscribed. So thank you very much for subscribing. But yes, IKEA apparently has created their own
Kama Sutra.
Kama Sutra.
But once you go through the pictures, it's not sexy.
It's not sexy.
Well,
Then what's the point?
It's the Kama Sutra.
False advertising. If you look down, doggy style is literally a picture of some of their furniture and a dog on a dog bed.
Okay.
What? That's... blue balls is something that is very, very dangerous for men. And to give something that the title the Kama Sutra, you're asking for trouble, and now we have to deal with just being unsatisfied.
Yes. IKEA is helping shoppers reach their ultimate bedroom satisfaction with a 44-page guide to featuring furniture positions.
That's mean. That's what it is.
Yes.
It's mean.
IKEA's version of doggy style shows how people can share a room with their pets. And IKEA's idea of beautiful behind is how to organize your closet.
Well, Ishtar, I definitely know you need that.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, you have a beautiful behind.
Oh. I thought you were talking about my closet. I was like, yeah.
No, I'm also talking about your closet. Your closet is just cluttered.
It really is.
But things get messy. You don't always have time to.
It's not even a walk-in closet. It's just cluttered.
Yeah, the question. All closets are kind of cluttered. But this is only the second. This is the second time IKEA has actually hit the news, because they recently hit the news for selling flat pack chocolate Easter bunnies.
What the fuck is a flat pack chocolate Easter bunny? I'm clicking the link. I dare click the link. What the fuck is that? It's a self-assembling milk chocolate bunny.
Yes. if you didn't already have irritation with trying to put together IKEA furniture, now you can put together Easter chocolate.
Oh, that's freaking brilliant. I love that.
How's it going, Malachite? How much are they selling it? Oh, it's £2.95. What is that in American?
It's like $5.
Is it really? It's a $5 fucking chocolate bunny?
Yeah.
Alright. It's only 3 pieces. But still, it's a $5 assemble yourself chocolate bunny. Oh, God.
I personally think that's smart.
It is. But yeah, that is IKEA's thing. I'll give IKEA one thing. At least they're giving this away as an ebook. So at least you don't have to buy the book.
Oh yeah, so you can click. I saw the price tag things, so you can click on it and see how much it costs. Peter Locke asks, does the IKEA Kama Sutra come with vague descriptions and leave you with extra pieces and an Allen wrench?
Probably. Much like any IKEA furniture, IKEA furniture is just the ultimate relationship test. Put together an entertainment system. If you haven't killed the partner, you can keep them.
And then Ben C says, do you think there's going to be any extra bolts for the rabbit? There is a possibility that there may be extra bolts for the rabbit.
An Allen wrench in there just for safe measure.
Alright, let's go on to...
Hi, Optimus.
Hi, Optimus.
How's it going, Optimus Prime?
Hey, Malachite. I think it's science time.
Alright. So, let's see. I have some good ones.
You do. Just depends on what you want to read. So far, Optimus, you missed a Florida man who gets off on licking doorbells, and IKEA has a Kama Sutra.
That's very disappointing.
It's very disappointing.
Well, the article that I read will be whichever one loads. Here we go. Toyota's self-driving lunar microbus. Firm unveils concept moon rover for Japanese space agency that will carry astronauts thousands of miles without their spacesuits on.
That's a hell of a fucking headline. They could have cut that down by like 20 words.
Yeah. But at least they're being, accurate.
How's it going, Doc?
Hi, Doc.
Hello.
All right.
Toyota
has revealed the first look at the solar-powered autonomous rover it could soon send to the moon. The car company teamed up with the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, to develop a pressurized vehicle capable of carrying astronauts on the lunar surface without the need for spacesuits. Stop that.
I still think that's dangerous.
Probably. It could ultimately be used to explore upwards of 10,000 kilometers or 6,210 miles of the moon's landscape. JAXA is aiming for the system to launch in 2029.
Oh, only 10 years?
Yeah, well, they're kind of having to make sure, that this isn't going to suddenly, pop a seal at the wrong time.
That would be... Well, it's not all bad. It's just astronauts.
Manned rovers with pressurized cabins are an element that will play an important role in full-fledged exploration and use of the lunar surface, JAXA President Hiroshi Yamakawa said on Tuesday. A pressurized cabin will allow the rover to transport astronauts across greater distances on the surface of the moon. Toyota's concept vehicle, revealed in a new video and series of images today, will be designed to hold 2 astronauts and runs on solar power and fuel cell technology. The Japanese Space Agency is planning to launch human exploration missions in the 2030s, but first it will need the technology to support them. Lunar gravity is 1/6 of that on Earth, explained JAXA Vice President Koichi Wakata. Meanwhile, the moon has a complex terrain with craters, cliffs, and hills. Moreover, it is exposed to radiation and temperature conditions that are much harsher than those on Earth, as well as an ultra-high vacuum environment.
No shit, that's because there's no atmosphere.
Yes, I know. For wide-ranging human exploration of the moon, a pressurized rover that can travel more than 10,000 kilometers in such environments is necessary. The pressurized vehicle proposed this week by Toyota is 6 meters long and 3.8 meters high, or about the size of 2 microbuses, the company says. Though it's intended to carry 2 people, Toyota says it can fit 4 in an emergency situation. The astronauts would be able to ride in the vehicle without their spacesuits on, while still having enough room for them to get in and out while wearing the bulky outfits. Running on a fuel cell, the lunar vehicle will only emit water and surplus air. I don't know, it seems like air is one of those things you really want to keep.
No, it means that's what it's going to be. You know how cars emit exhaust?
Oh, is that basically what that is?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The car farts air.
JAXA and Toyota have been working together to study the plan since May 2018 and have now reached an agreement to move on to the next steps. The space agency is hoping to launch the rover by 2029, with human exploration missions to follow not long after. Thus far, our joint study has examined a preliminary concept for a manned, pressurized rover system, and we've identified the technological issues that must be solved, Wakata said. Going forward, we want to utilize Toyota's and JAXA's technologies, human resources, and knowledge, among others, to continuously solve those issues.
How's it going, everyday man? Welcome to the street. Welcome to MSNBC.
Yes. Hey, Antoine, did you see Raystone's latest pun?
Yes, I was going to say it afterwards because Ishtar was talking. He says if this vehicle breaks, the Japanese space program will be temporarily delayed.
Kick him out.
You're fired, Ray.
I mean, I usually love puns, but holy shit.
You can't, they're the audience. They come here voluntarily. We can't fire them. You can, however, just start a tab. If the puns are very bad.
God damn it, Ray!
I'm telling you, tab. Pun tabs are a great thing.
I'm gonna start. I need to find out how to work something where I can add a tally on here for every single time Ray hits a pun. Each one is $1.
Now you're thinking.
Does that actually work on your chat?
It actually does.
Optimus is screaming, no tab, no tab.
He just doesn't like it because he also has a pun tab over on my channel.
What's he up to?
He was
he's not nearly as bad as Ray.
He was also a little worried. He was also a little worried about Decepticons already being on the moon.
Ben, why are you complaining? You've never had a pun tab. Yes, you've paid $10 so far for your tab. And Optimus, yes you do. You have a small one, but you have one.
So, do we want to hear some comeuppance from a previous Florida Man story?
Yes,
sure.
please.
Yeah, you want to hear what happened?
I like sequels.
All right.
Not really, but it sounded good.
Well, do you happen to remember the man who attacked the McDonald's worker over the straw?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, he got his sentence today.
Oh?
Florida man who attacked McDonald's worker over straw sentenced to jail.
Good.
How's it going, Sparky? Your life doesn't suck.
Hi, Sparky.
Why does your life suck? You're a robot. Can't suck. So we did this story before. Did we want to watch the video again to give everyone a heads up of what happened?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Do, do, do. Do, 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 do.
So basically, the man got a little upset and asked for a straw. And since in Florida, they don't have any straw. Well, okay, so what happened is he was very, very upset that there were no straws already out on the table. So he was a little irate that he had to go ask for one. So he decided it was a good idea to grab the girl over the counter to try and get the straw. And she whooped his ass.
Yeah, this is Florida. You don't want to do that.
Zol wants you to sing the Doom song.
Doom 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 doom.
All right. Enough.
He asked.
The Florida man who was recorded on New Year's Eve taking a beating from a McDonald's worker after grabbing her over a straw was sentenced to jail last week. Daniel Willis Taylor. They always have 3 names. Sparky wants to point out that his night shift foreman thought it was a good idea as well.
How'd that work out for him?
Apparently he doesn't have a job anymore either. Daniel Willis Taylor, 40, pleaded guilty on 2 counts of battery and was sentenced to 60 days in jail by Pinellas County Judge, as the Tampa Bay Times reported. He's already served 58 of the 60 days. The New Year's Eve viral video showed Taylor screaming at an employee working the register after he couldn't find a straw. He then reached over the counter and grabbed her out of anger. She retaliated and punched him a few times in the head as he held on to her collar. A few times? No, he got fucking walloped on.
She should have given him a concussion.
He does look like he had one. There's nothing behind those eyes. A customer saw the events unfold just before the attack. Brenda told BuzzFeed that Taylor went to the area where straws were normally held, and when he saw there weren't any, he began screaming at the staff. It then got physical. The reason for no straws is the condiment bar. The reason for no straws in the condiment bar, a new environmental ordinance which is sweeping the nation, which took effect January 1st, making straws available only upon request, per the Tampa Bay Times. Even though the attack unfolded on New Year's Eve and the law was implemented on January 1st, it seemed the restaurant started prepping for the new rules a day early. Taylor is subject to a mental evaluation, per the Tampa Bay Times, and will be forced to pay $1,000 in fines and 120 hours of community service. He is ordered to stay away from the restaurant and the 2 women who were involved in the attack. Yasmin James, 20, the employee he grabbed, spoke out to WFTS back in January. I didn't have any control over my body when he grabbed me. Like, I'm scared. Like, why are you grabbing me? I just didn't understand his intentions. Even though we were having a verbal conversation, I don't think it was that for him to grab me, she said. According to the arrest report, Taylor kicked another employee, Tatiana Bell, as he was taken out of the McDonald's, but that was not caught on camera. But his beating sure was.
Yeah.
No, Zor, it's not just California. It's also Florida, Washington, Oregon, I believe New York. It's all over the place.
Because no straws. That's gonna save the environment.
Well, just like the plastic bag ban in California. Do you want to know what they did instead? They made more durable plastic bags that you pay 10 cents for.
And then you reuse them.
And yeah, and when I say durable, I mean fucking goddamn durable. They're heavy-duty bags.
Yeah, how many of us remember to reuse the bag or end up with a collection of them?
I ended up with a collection of bags. Yes.
Ray Stone has a very important question. Without the straws, how will the sea otters do coke?
Well, they'll eat the eels.
Touche?
Or they'll just hit up the birds that were doing the opium that we talked about last week. I mean, the animal world is not going to be without their drugs.
Oh, no, they're not.
Oh my god, the animal world seems to be getting into their drugs. Someone needs to get Dare for Animals going.
Dare works so well.
Yes, it did. It was such a success.
Well, to be fair, it did teach kids what drugs look like and what to expect when buying. So I guess in one way it worked.
Oh yes, because we want them to know what to expect when buying. And remember, cigarettes and alcohol are gateway drugs. They're going to lead straight to heroin, and then you die.
Oh wait, if alcohol's a gateway drug, does that mean that Ishtar is my dealer?
Yes.
Should be there in 2 days.
Which, remember, it's not Ishtar, it's Pimptar.
Pimptar, good point.
Yes.
I'm gonna put Wren out on the corner once she is hooked on me for booze.
See, those are the pimps you don't see coming. The women. They're nice and sweet. They look good. They want you to do things for them. They pay for everything, and then basically go, get out on the corner, bitch. You're mine.
Antoine can attest.
Yeah, we do kind of use him for that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a donation for purring yet.
Yeah.
So does that mean that we're both your pimps, Antoine?
Why must you bring up that my mouth is fixed now?
Because it can be $10 a purr. Now shush you and get on the corner.
She's the strict pimp.
I enforce it. She's the nice one.
Could you imagine if you were living with her instead of me?
Well, I don't. We don't talk about these. We're not talking about these. We're gonna move on. We're moving on. Moving on.
Are we?
Yes. We're moving on to cringe. That's what we're doing. Well, it's not necessarily cringe this week. We're moving on to sex.
Yes. We have a woman who's 31 who had an allergic reaction after performing a sex act on her boyfriend.
I'm sorry, what?
A woman who had an allergic reaction after doing a sex act on her boyfriend.
Which act specifically?
Oral.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the picture that is being shown is a woman with her mouth open.
There's Peter saying, "Hey, baby, you want to talk to me about men's rights? $20 and I'll talk about men's rights all night long." Prostitute Wren.
A woman has suffered a life-threatening allergic reaction after performing oral sex on her partner. The 31-year-old vomited and struggled to breathe after swallowing her boyfriend's semen.
She is one of the rare women that are allergic to semen.
Sandman will be so disappointed.
Yes.
Because according to him, semen cures everything.
Not this woman. The woman revealed she had an allergy to penicillin, but denied having taken the drug or any unusual foods before performing fellatio. But medics at the hospital
Universitaire
d'Alicante found her 32-year-old boyfriend had taken amoxicillin, a form of penicillin, to treat an ear infection before their sexual encounter.
I didn't know that it traveled that quickly to the swimmers.
Shut up, Ray. God damn it.
Apparently it can, and this is one of the first. It is believed this case is one of the first of its kind ever recorded. That if that amoxicillin gets into the sperm quickly, apparently.
Yeah, so apparently she's not allergic to semen.
No, but her boyfriend now has to check what meds he's on. It's like, do you have an ear infection? If yes,
No
oral.
sucky for you.
Yeah, if yes, no oral till you're off the medication.
Or, you know, she can do it and just have an EpiPen.
There you go. Depends on how much she wants to drink.
Well, I don't know. She's because of this, she had to spend a week in the hospital.
Oof. It's going to be a long time before he get any more sucky.
I think I think if he gets an ear infection, it's going to be, well, you don't get anything until you're off that those meds, because
Well, instead of sucky, he's going to get bitey.
well, according to the article, they're suggesting it since they found out this is a thing. If you are allergic to amoxicillin or penicillin, and your partner's taking it, you need to use a condom that night because apparently it gets into the swimmers quick.
Wow.
Well, I know there are certain diseases that you can get, not sexually transmitted ones, but there are certain diseases that you can get that even if you're cured of them, they still linger in your body and you can transmit to other people. What's the big one in Africa that's not Ebola? No, it is Ebola. There's a cure for Ebola, but if you get it, you can it alters your DNA. You always have it, and you can give it to someone else.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That is very, very bad. And yes, Cinder Shadow, that guy had super immune swimmers.
So, just as a little side note thing, because this just popped into my head and I have to share it with you guys. So, I was in a weird mood on my Discord today, and I started changing names. Just randomly. It's like Mitzi is now Mitsurita von Featherbutt. And Antoine is Sir Anthony Starkington III.
Aww.
I have just come up with your name.
Ooh, what's that?
Renelita von the Chirp Chirp.
What?
Ooh, I like.
Renelita de Chirp Chirp.
It sounds fancy. I like it.
I want to change your name in the Help for the Guildless Discord to that, but I don't have that ability. So, alright. That just popped into my head. We can go back to whatever we were doing now.
I think now we're on to science.
Renalina de Chirp Chirp. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I can change it. Very nice. I have been in a very weird mood. There's not a whole lot you can do about that.
You can just accept.
Let's move on to science. What one do you want to read?
Oh, let's see. How about the one in Peru?
Which one? Oh, okay. Oh, so you want to go from almost dying from swallowing sperm to actual death. Okay.
Well, she almost died from swallowing, potential children. Now we're just death of dozens of children found at 15th century sacrificial site that had their hearts removed.
Nice
segue.
segue.
Like a good segue.
There's a segue there.
More than 140 youngsters were found buried alongside 3 adults and 200 animals following the 15th century ritual.
Now that's a lot of kids.
That is. New photos have been released from the largest child sacrifice grave ever discovered. More than 140 youngsters were buried alongside 3 adults and 200 animals, either llamas or alpacas, from the 15th century ritual in Peru.
They didn't even get to be buried next to cool animals. They got to be buried next to llamas.
And alpacas.
Are pretty much the same fucking thing.
No, alpacas are sweet and fluffy, and llamas are the devil. Scientists released images of the excavation, which began in 2011, of dead girls and boys aged 5 to 14 seemingly huddled together in burial pits. They were killed by having their chests cut open, with many with their hearts removed. Evidence suggests that the sacrifice was to do with a climactic event that could have hit the economic, political, and ideological stability of one of the most powerful states in the New World. The human remains started to be dug up 6 years ago after residents near the Juan Chiquito Las Lamas site noticed bones eroding out of the roadside. An emergency excavation was ordered, and archaeologists discovered the bodies of over multiple digs of the 700 square meter site. The number of dead could be higher, as some incomplete remains have been found in the areas re-inhabited by humans. Early research suggests the children were wrapped in cotton, some with their faces painted red, and still with cloth around their heads when the graves were found.
Do you remember the movie Poltergeist?
Yeah?
Yeah, this is what caused it. People
this is
living...
how you get poltergeists?
What?
This is how you get poltergeists?
Yeah, you build your home on top of dead bodies.
They were buried facing the sea, around 350 meters away, while the animals were positioned facing the mountains. Writing in the PLOS 1 journal, scientists said the sacrifice happened shortly after a heavy rain and flood event that swamped the area with mud, clay, and gravel. Under normal conditions, the area receives negligible rainfall, they added, calling it a mass sacrifice on a scale unlikely any seen previously in the region. The find dwarfs the discovery of 42 children killed in a mass sacrifice at the Mexica Templo Mayor in central Mexico.
Yeah,
what the fuck is with the Mexican people and sacrificing children?
I don't know. Maybe it was an early attempt at late-term abortion?
Maybe.
In some cases with the 14-year-olds, very late.
Yeah. But either way, I don't think it worked.
No.
And our ancestors were weird. I say ours and human ancestors because there were a lot of weird ones.
Humans are weird in general.
Yeah, they really are.
How do I follow up dead kids being sacrificed because there was a flood?
Pick something lighthearted?
Pick something lighthearted?
Yeah. This shouldn't be that hard.
Alright, I got something. You want something lighthearted?
Yes, lighthearted us.
Okay. Florida man who burned caged cat and fed it to dogs gets no jail time.
We said lighthearted.
Yeah, that's not lighthearted.
He didn't get any jail time.
That's not lighthearted.
That's a person we have to veto. That's not lighthearted.
But he didn't get any jail time. I thought that was a good thing.
He set a cat on fire.
In a cage.
No.
And then fed it to dogs.
No.
Look, he was just trying to introduce his dogs to barbecue.
No. Bad, Antoine.
It's meow no more.
Cyber demons have coding, right?
They do.
It was a new dish. It was called meow no more. Because the cat meowed no more.
Do you think we could put Windows ME in his coding?
Yes. I'm sure we can do that. Draconath says with a $10 donation, per is $10, right?
Yes.
Per, bitch.
You know, I was in the middle of reading about cats.
Her.
Make us feel good.
Dog has it right. Flaming pussy.
breathe and do that again.
Breathe and do it again.
Yes.
You got $10. You got to do another round. Come on, baby, tingle us.
Don't breathe and do it again. That's kind of hard to do, Zar. There you go, $10 worth of purring. Alright, let's get to this article. When Roberto Hernandez was 17, see, Mexicans again. Well, it's Florida, so he may be Cuban.
I don't care. Veto the person.
Surveillance cameras caught him burning a caged cat alive, then feeding its charred corpse to his pit bulls. He pleaded guilty to felony animal abuse, and prosecutors wanted him to spend 364 days in jail. Not even a full year.
364 days is a year.
No, 365 days is a year.
I thought that was only on leap year.
No, that's 356.
On leap year?
Yeah, because you get an extra day.
So how's that 356?
I said 66. I can math.
You're a computer.
You should math.
Circuit Judge Nushin Safei, that's a name, disagreed. She sentenced Hernandez, now 19, to 5 years of probation. His defense claimed he thought the cat was actually a rabid raccoon that had been terrorizing local farm animals.
Does that make it any better?
According to the Miami Herald, it is rabid.
But still, burning an animal alive in a cage.
Not appropriate.
Not appropriate.
He wanted to introduce... Sparky did it for a raccoon stealing melons.
Sparky?
Or was it mangoes? It was mangoes.
It was mangoes.
Okay. But a witness told police she was certain it was a cat. Prosecutors said the video showed Hernandez cage a stray cat, pour flammable liquid all over it, and ignite it with matches. They told the court he enjoyed a drink while he watched it burn alive. Even so...
Kill it first.
No, he didn't.
Even so, the judge opted for probation because she reviewed the video and believed Hernandez's defense. Optimus Prime says maybe the raccoon was cold.
I'm sorry, but isn't killing animals in a cruel way one of those signs you're a sociopath?
Yes.
Also a sign that you're a psychopath.
I don't think the raccoon should be treated in that manner, the judge said. I don't think jail time is appropriate. The judge said prosecutors rarely seek such jail sentences for third-degree felony cases of first-time offenders. I find it curious that in this case, the state is seeking jail time when apparently human victims don't warrant the same approach. Hernandez received a withhold of education, meaning he won't be considered a felon. He must undergo a psychological evaluation in a year and report to a judge every month. In a statement, Miami-Dade State Attorney Catherine Fernandez Rundle said she was disappointed by the ruling, but she expressed hope Hernandez will adhere to the psychological treatment with a qualified physician. As I have said many times, research shows that individuals who commit acts of cruelty against helpless and trusting animals don't just stop there, Rundle said. Many of these individuals move on to commit violent acts against their fellow humans.
Correct.
So they're going to let him walk free.
Apparently, Ishtar, you just got fact-checked by CNN. Peter Locke says Ishtar said a year was 364 days. We at CNN did a live fact-check, and we rate this claim as untrue.
Everybody knows CNN can't be trusted.
Yeah, those dumb cunts.
Moving on.
But I'm pretty sure we'll hear about this. What was his name? Roberto Hernandez in a couple of years when he actually turns into a serial killer.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, see?
If you dealt with him when he was doing horrible things to animals, we wouldn't have this issue.
So,
I told you.
Well, you wanted something lighthearted. Can I try again?
Yes. One more try.
One more try.
But if you mess up,
we cover up the cleavage.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Florida man convicted of modern day slavery. He was convicted. That's lighthearted.
We need to talk to you about what lighthearted means.
Clearly.
Well, it's a good story. He was convicted. No? Alright. I mean, it's... Look, this is a jury... It's just a short one. A jury found him guilty of holding women in Manatee County against their will by giving them drugs and forcing them to prostitute themselves.
Wren,
What?
Well, I was about to ask Wren a question, but it can wait.
According to the office of Ed Brodsky, that's a great last name, state attorney for the 12th Judicial Circuit, a jury on March 8th found Wren Cruz Jr., 43, guilty of 2 counts of human trafficking and 4 counts of deriving support from the proceeds of prostitution. Throughout 2017, Cruz offered several women who were homeless and addicted to heroin a place to stay, food, and drugs. He then told them that they had to work for him because they owed him for the housing and drugs. Cruz set up dates with men online and gave the women heroin and crack in exchange for them having sexual encounters. Cruz never gave any of the money to the women, instead used it to purchase drugs for them. Cruz, a registered sex offender and a felon, was arrested in November 2017 after one of the women escaped and reported him to Manatee County Sheriff's Office. Human trafficking is modern day slavery, the lead prosecutor, Ashley Dusnick, said in a news release. Cruz faces a maximum sentence of 120 years. A sentencing date has not been set.
I bet.
So he's going to be vetoed for 120 years.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to give you a quick definition of what lighthearted means.
Oh.
According to the dictionary, lighthearted means amusing and entertaining.
Was that not entertaining?
Synonyms are carefree, cheerful, happy, merry, playful, jovial, joyful. You get the idea.
Well, it was joyful and happy. He was convicted. 120 years.
That's good news.
The women escaped. They got a sexual offender off the streets. That's joyful.
There is, small benefit to that, I suppose.
Small, yes.
Well, fine. Wren, what do you want to read that's happy-go-lucky?
Okay. This is funny. Okay, this is the whole point of entertaining. We're going to go with a barber that gave away free condoms. But there was a crucial flaw in his... what he was doing.
My question is, why did he give it away?
This is a 23-year-old barber in Texas that was giving away free condoms with his business card as a way of, I don't know, advertising. He's 23. He may have been, in his heart, he may have been thinking, hey, if you're younger, don't be stupid.
Ishtar, are you watching the stream?
Yes, I am.
Okay, can you find the flaw in what he was doing?
There was a flaw just a slight flaw in his plan.
Mm-hmm.
What's the flaw? Can you see it?
The Stream is not very big on my monitor.
That's what she said.
Ha!
Alright, chat. Can you tell me what the flaw is of this giveaway?
Why the fuck would he call it a fadeaway?
Because he's probably black.
It's probably the hairstyle he does a lot of.
Anybody tell me what the flaw is of him giving this away?
It's a health issue?
No. The condom is wrapped.
The condom's wrapped. There's no health issue. There's no health issue with him giving it away. Just for your sake, since we can't really see it ish.
Yeah.
There's a staple through the condom in the middle.
You know, where that reservoir tip is.
Yes. He stapled the card in the middle.
I thought that was part of the design.
No. Staple.
Oh my god.
The condom and the card are two different things.
It's speed holes for the condom. That's all it is. It's to get it on quicker.
Optimus Prime says holes for ventilation.
Yeah.
Ray Stone says, fadeaway, a black hairstyle for what black men do when their women say, I'm pregnant.
Yeah. My favorite is one person who said on Twitter, are you going to staple pacifiers next year?
Yeah.
For all the people who use the condoms you handed out.
Oof. And the problem is someone is probably stupid enough to actually use this condom.
Some people
stapled them.
Young business owner didn't think it through till he put a picture on Twitter, and Twitter was quick to point out, dude, you stapled through the condom. There's a slight issue here.
He is going to get so many lawsuits. Like, all the lawsuits. Every lawsuit.
We could hope some people were smart when they looked through. It's like, is there a staple through this? Okay.
One of the tweets was, you out here with a vision of creating generational wealth. That's good. They need to hire that person as a writer.
That's true, Doc. There is that assumption that they would actually use the condom.
There's a good assumption that they're just holding on to it going, you will not believe the stupid thing this business owner did. Look, he stapled it.
Yeah. Alright, okay, I see my mistake. I know what lighthearted is now. Okay.
So are you sure?
Yes, lighthearted is joking about women getting taken advantage of because someone put on a condom with holes in it. I got it.
No, we're lighthearted to business owner. That's what's lighthearted.
Yeah, but now, people are going to use the condoms, and then, you know...
birth control is where it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
If you're hooking up with a guy, you got to think about yourself, too.
Never depend on the guy.
Yeah.
They're usually too distracted by your bootay. No offense to all the guys who are actually responsible out there.
Yeah.
Oh, none taken. I'm sure they feel great that you just dissed all of the men.
I did. What are you gonna do
just
about
created an entire new generation of MGTOW. How do you feel?
But Antoine, I mean, it's true. Think of it. Men can get distracted very easily with just boob shake.
Here. There. Now everybody's happy. All the MGTOW, right back.
Touche.
Hell, I mean, have you ever heard of, what was it, the coffee shops that pop up with bikini girls?
Yeah, they're all over. They're all over the fucking place.
Yeah, in Seattle, they're every damn where.
There's one right up the street.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you go to it?
I am suddenly a coffee fan. I don't know where my paycheck goes. I pay bills and I'm always awake.
He just runs around the house in circles.
How many times have you visited this coffee shop?
Well, I know them by name. There's Trixie and Mickey and Tonya, spelt with an I and a Y.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Not car washing people, Ben. It's bikini baristas.
Am I drinking soy? No, soy is disgusting. Alright, let's go on to some science. Shall we? Before I need to go get another shot of coffee.
Well, you could bring me some. What a fluke! Man ends up in whale's mouth. While photographing a mass of sardines off South Africa's coast last month, a dive tour operator ended up on the wrong side of a whale. The inside. Rainier Schimpf, kid you not, 51, was in the water with a bait ball, a swirling school of sardines surrounded by predators, when he suddenly felt the world go dark. He quickly realized he'd been scooped up by a whale, he told the Today Show.
Wait, how do you feel the world go dark? Wouldn't you see the world go dark, not feel it?
No, have you ever been lying, like, outside, your eyes closed, or, you know, something over your face, and you just kind of get that feel like the cloud has passed over the sun?
There's sunlight in Washington?
Yes, there is. You've seen it.
Oh, I haven't.
Yeah, you have. It's that bright stuff that happened this weekend.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I held my breath, he said in an interview with Today, expecting the whale to pull him down. I mean, there was no other thing I could do, he added. I mean, you can't fight a 15-ton animal.
Yes, you can.
Fortunately,
Go ahead.
Keep going. No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you kick, you scream, you push, you put your knife in its eye, you do whatever you can.
It's a 15-ton whale. He's a little human.
And?
Fortunately, the whale was likely as displeased about the situation as Schimpf and spit the swimmer out within a couple of seconds. There is a video.
We are watching the video.
Nothing can actually prepare you for the event
Antoine,
when you
Ben
end
C
up
put it
inside
best.
the whale.
When you feel the world going dark around you, it's that feeling you get when you have to read Lena Dunham.
No, that's not going dark. That's everything feeling like I want to die.
For almost 15 years now, we conduct the sardine run, and we've always been documenting and filming it. It is a natural event which is the biggest migration in the southern hemisphere in terms of animals gathering along the coast.
If you skip ahead
the day
to
itself was a
about
beautiful sunny day. It was
51-second
flat
mark,
seas,
you actually get to
sea
the
conditions
relevant
were
part.
perfect. So that. And it all happened very fast because it was the first day and you kind of need to tune into the whole scenario. The next moment, it got dark and I felt some pressure on my hip. And once I felt the pressure, I instantly knew a whale had grabbed me. I could not imagine
Better a whale
in my head
than a
how
shark.
he was actually holding me or grabbing me, but I could feel the pressure on my hip. There is no time for fear in a situation like that. You have to use your instinct. Instantly, I held my breath because my thought was now he's going to dive down and release me at some point in time much deeper in the ocean.
The whale went, ew, human.
This well has like easily 15
Photographer Heinz Toprupser,
if you get
who was
bumped by
working
a
aboard a
whale,
nearby
the
boat,
flipper
captured
or
an amazing photo of Schimpf halfway inside the whale's mouth above the waterline, with only the diver's lower body dangling out. Live Science was unable to reach Schimpf for comment, but it seems that neither Schimpf nor the whale saw each other before one ended up in the other's mouth. The whale was a Brudaz whale. These animals range throughout tropical and subtropical waters worldwide, said Tom Jefferson, a biologist and member of the Scientific Advisory Board for Save the Whales.
Really quickly, we do have a couple of jokes.
All right, go ahead.
Ray Stone says, did a little wooden boy and a cricket come to the rescue of this guy? Peter Locke says you absolutely can fight it. Tess Holliday's boyfriends fight, and that they fight every day.
Oh.
Point.
And then Optimus Prime says, wait, he was swallowed by Tess Holliday.
Mean. They're not so well known, in part because they don't venture into polar regions and thus were never widely hunted by whalers, Jefferson said. Around South Africa, these whales average around 43 to 45 feet in length. Despite the inevitable comparisons to the biblical story of Jonah, Schimpf was never in danger of being swallowed by the whale, says Uko Gorter, the president of the American Cetacean Society. Bruda's whales are batch feeders. They lunge forward into schools of small fish, take in a wiggling mouthful of fish and water, then strain the water back out through their floppy baleen plates before swallowing the remaining fish. Their throats are too small to swallow a human, Gorter told Live Science, though some baleen whales have been documented to accidentally swallow small birds.
Ray Stone says, are you sure this event wasn't just a fluke? Or a baleen?
Ray, your tabs are going to start spreading to other places.
Getting there. Humpback whales, Gorter said, have been found with Cassin's auklets in their stomachs, but those birds only grow to about 9 inches long. Though being scooped up by a whale was a new experience for Schimpf, it may have been old hat for the whale, Jefferson said. Because bait balls attract a lot of predators in a small area, it's likely the Bruda's whales accidentally scoop up inedible animals fairly often, he said. Perhaps prior experience is why the whale didn't hesitate to spit Schimpf out. The only whale that would be likely capable of swallowing a human would be a toothed whale, the sperm whale, which eats prey such as giant squid. A sperm whale did ram and sink the whale ship Essex in 1820. There are no reliable reports of a sperm whale ever eating a human. The only such report found floating around early 1900s newspapers involved the unlikely story of a sailor surviving 36 hours in sperm whale's stomach, and that account proved, upon investigation in 1991, to be a fishtail. Ba-dum-bum. While the incident off of South Africa was clearly an accident on both man's and whale's part, the lure of going viral with photographs and video has often brought people much too close to whales, noted Maris Sidenstecker, the co-founder of Save the Whales. Divers, swimmers, and boaters should admire from a distance, Sidenstecker told Live Science, to ensure that the whales can feed, rest, and nurture their young without interruption.
Well, I definitely can say that is definitely a whale of a tale. Thank you. I'm here all week.
Horrible.
Docs.
Excuse me a minute. I'm going to go and smack Antoine. I will be right back.
Doc says he knew a whale that liked swallowing 9 inches.
Incoming slap. Wait till we hear the incoming slap.
I have no idea. She hasn't come into the office yet. I think she went to go get something to drink.
Doc is ducking in chat.
Alright, so
I think you're okay.
I think I got this light-hearted thing down.
Okay.
I will wait until the Ishtar returns.
You think you finally got the idea of what lighthearted actually means?
Possibly. It might happen.
Okay.
I'm actually kind of worried she's going to come in the office.
I was going to come and hit you, but I got distracted by cookies, so you're safe.
Oh, cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was telling Wren that I think I have this lighthearted thing down.
Okay.
So, let's see. Florida Man Night, where one law will be broken per inning, is actually coming to a minor league baseball park.
That sounds lighthearted. You're doing good so far.
I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. And wishing I had milk.
Well, I mean, we were talking about whales, so this does have something kind of to do with sea life. If you don't know about Florida Man, here's a rundown. It's a meme that pokes fun at all of the crazy headlines that come out of Florida from people getting arrested for weird things. Or, if you ask the television show Atlanta, it's one man who's also a government operative.
What?
I don't know, I've never watched Atlanta. Whatever you choose to believe, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, the Miami Marlins AA affiliate, are hosting Florida Man Night, in what is one of the weirder promotions out there. The team will break a weird Florida law every inning on July 26th, according to the team.
Okay.
If nothing else, it's a unique idea, although announcing you're committing crimes is quite the power move. Now, there are plenty of laws that are very breakable while also being harmless. Florida is full of dumb laws. Every state is. Some of them are incredibly harmful. For example, it is illegal to sell your children in Florida. Sorry, Wren, you're out of luck.
Oh, it's okay. I'm quite attached to these ones.
The law that probably won't be
Pain in
broken...
the butt to replace.
Well, that law probably won't be broken. On the lighter side, if an elephant is left tied to a parking meter, you have to pay for the elephant like it's a vehicle. So that would be a show. Wait, what?
That would be that's a lot of break.
What? If you leave it tied to a parking meter, you have to pay for it like it's a vehicle. All right.
Well, I guess it's because you can use them as vehicles.
Parking meters are not that strong. If you tie an elephant to a parking meter, it's probably going to pull it out of the ground.
You think?
Women also can't parachute on Sundays. Which sounds like that would be in Parks and Recreation. There are tons of other stupid laws out there. Men not being able to wear strapless gowns in public, and no singing in public while wearing a swimsuit might be some of the laws we end up seeing broken. Who knows which other ones we may see fall.
Okay.
There, was that lighthearted?
Yes.
It was. Good job.
You have learned what lighthearted means.
Okay. Ray says that why can't women be paratroopers? They whistle on the way down.
Oh.
Ray, get out. You have reached your quota of horrible jokes for the night. You are fired. Go stand in the corner until next time. Is it time for science or cringe?
That would be time for cringe.
And we have a story of a woman, 44, who, well, apparently her partner was too good at oral.
Men, we can all learn from this.
A woman has suffered a stroke while receiving oral sex from her lover. The 44-year-old from West London was nearing orgasm when she passed out in the bedroom. So she was close.
Very close.
Very,
Missed it.
very
Missed it by that much.
just a little bit. She was rushed to the hospital where doctors found a blood vessel had burst in her skull. That guy was apparently almost too good. veering on two good levels. Medics at West Middlesex University Hospital in Isleworth, West London, said the patient was unconscious for 3 minutes after suffering a headache during oral sex. And her partner, whose gender is unknown, said they noticed her body was stiff. On closer history taking, the patient reported nearing orgasm while receiving oral from her partner before losing consciousness.
CO Gold, you are weird. And no, Raystone, I don't fall for that trick. Keep going, Wren.
All right. Medics initially thought she suffered a seizure, but the CT scan revealed there was blood between the skull and her brain, showing she actually had a stroke. They diagnosed a hemorrhage, an uncommon bleeding type on the brain, but said it was only small in size.
Yeah, like a quarter of a fucking head. That's small.
It's small. In the report, doctors acknowledged sexual activity has been well described as the cause of blood vessels bursting because of the increased blood pressure. So, orgasms can indeed cause hemorrhages.
If done right, goddamn they can.
Yeah. They wrote older studies with artery monitoring device during coitus demonstrates that during sexual activity, blood pressure as well as heart rate are very liable to change with particular rises during orgasm. The woman, yes?
Straight from Twitter. She had a mind-blowing orgasm.
Oh.
Fuck you, Raystone.
I didn't even say it was from him.
You should just assumed. The woman was revealed to be a regular.
Am I wrong?
No.
No.
Yeah,
The
fuck
woman
you, Raystone.
The woman was revealed to be a regular smoker, occasional drinker, asthmatic, and had suffered malaria in her brain in her 20s. But these are not directly linked to her stroke in the report. So they're directly linking it towards that was apparently a night that was almost too good.
Zio Goal said he really blew her mind.
Some people fuck so hard they have a stroke.
The porn industry apparently, I don't know, medical studies say it is possible that you could have sex so good you stroke out because of it.
Yep. Cinder Shadow says at least she did not get stuck on the guy from stiffening up.
No.
Small mercies.
Does that person's tongue, do they just deny things like, no, your tongue is damn near a weapon?
Well, I mean, they do call me a silver-tongued devil, not just because I'm good at talking.
Would Sarah like you talking like this?
Of course. How do you think I got her?
True. Even though it's just laughing.
Bribery was my guess.
Ouch.
Just, saying.
All I did was ask.
See, you didn't even put in a lot of effort. You just asked. She gave in way too quickly.
You know, the date lasted for 24 hours.
I didn't say it wasn't a good one.
She just said she gave in quickly.
Yeah.
And reaped the benefits. Yes.
Again?
Yes, there was a pun in there.
I don't know Zeal Gold, because here's the thing. They said it was a tongue, so you either have very talented guy.
Maybe it was Gene Simmons.
Or because
no more puns.
Or because
Did you fucking
they do say they don't list the gender of the partner. It could have been a woman.
Did you fucking mute me?
No.
Totally didn't mute you. Totally.
That must have been a glitch.
Uh-oh.
Google Hangouts is having a bit of an issue. So sorry.
Yeah, sure it is.
Are we misbehaving co-hosts?
Us? Never. We are perfect co-hosts. Absolute angels.
Yes.
Yeah, you know your halos are being held up by demon horns.
No, actually, they're being held up by gamer headsets.
Yeah. There's no demon horns here.
Yeah.
We get those filed down.
Alright, let's get on with some science here.
Mysterious monument near Belfast may have been used for human sacrifice.
Are you trying to tell us something? This is the second human sacrifice thing you've done.
I think Sarah... No. I think what happened is Sarah picked the articles.
She may have made a suggestion. Discovery Channel's investigators believe the site was most likely used by Celtic pagan savages who made human sacrifices before battle. A bizarre circular mound spotted on a satellite image near Belfast could have been the site for human sacrifice. The image taken in January 2018 sparked an investigation by the Discovery Channel's team of investigators. After first looking into the possibility it was a crater made by the German bombings of Belfast in World War II, the team realized the circular area was actually raised. Investigator Sheila Hoffman said the mound had hard edges, so it was unlikely to be the result of an explosion or depression in the ground from bombs, but appeared to be a mound. Archaeologist Karen Bellinger agreed and found there were large stones visible, making the site most likely to have been a Stone Age henge monument, and that this was likely used by Celtic pagan savages. God damn it, Cat.
Wait, so Antihero did something?
Yes.
Apparently. No.
Oh.
Not you, the small furry one you keep threatening to eat. Sorry, Kaduntress was asking a question. Speaking in the Discovery Channel documentary, Dr. Mark Altaweel says Celtic tribes were in constant conflict with each other. And typically, before battle, they would have their priests perform ceremonies to get the tribe ready for the conflict ahead. He speculated that before battle, humans, including young men and girls, were killed to pacify and please pagan gods. He said typically the Celts captured someone to sacrifice them. They would perform these rituals on these mounds, places that were elevated, in a way to bring them closer to their gods. You know, I've never understood human sacrifice for the gods because logically, wouldn't you think that the gods want more followers?
Maybe they're lonely.
Ishtar.
Yeah.
I have more. In Soviet oral sex, man leaves woman stiff.
So I am on a very nice diet, Zeo Gold. I will not be transforming into an elephant anytime soon.
Were they doing it to stroke me? Talk about being a dead...
I'll keep it up all night.
Talk about being a dead fish. I love you, Ray.
Those were pretty good. However, I think we're killing Wren.
Poor Ray's gained the response he wanted. More than two.
All right, back around to you, pun boy.
Wait, Ziogo, why do you want Ishtar to transform into an elephant and chase me?
I don't know.
I don't
but
know.
I'm a long way from Tess Holiday sizes.
We're shrinking. That's the whole point. Shrinking.
And then Peter Locke says Antoine needs to get a man on the show. He's outnumbered. Yeah.
He likes it that way.
Goddamn right I'm outnumbered.
I'm pretty sure that Antoine likes his threesomes. I don't think he wants to share.
No, I'm very greedy.
I don't have a pitchfork in my room, Optimus. Why are you looking in my room? There are things you don't want to see in my room.
What?
Scroll up.
There's no pitchforks. We don't keep pitchforks.
Oh, he's talking about,
Shush. Do not be telling them my secrets. I will have to make you disappear again. Uh-huh. Continue.
Ray just gave a math problem.
Tess Holiday equals...
Ishtar times 6.
To the Wren power.
To the Wren's power.
No, not... That's memory Holiday.Griffin. Not... Tess Holiday's not Jeff Holiday's wife.
But
Different people.
I'm sure he's very happy about that.
Yeah.
If not, the rest of us are.
Alright, so this one is a little, this one is a little new.
Uh-huh.
2 Florida men charged in nationwide college bribery scheme.
Okay. That's not horrid.
2 Florida men are among the 50 people who have been charged in what federal officials say is the largest college admissions scam ever prosecuted by the Justice Department. Robert Zengrillo, a Miami real estate developer and CEO of an investment firm, Dragon Global, and Mark Riddell, a counselor at IMG Academy, a private college preparatory school, and a sports academy in Bradenton, have been charged in the scheme in which federal prosecutors say wealthy parents bribed college coaches and insiders at testing centers to help get their children into some of the most elite schools in the country. Among those charged are 9 coaches of elite schools and 33 parents who prosecutors said paid enormous sums to guarantee their children's admission. Coaches are accused of taking bribes to admit students at schools including Wake Forest University, Georgetown University, and the University of Southern California. Zengrillo, 52, is among the dozens of parents charged with conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud, according to the criminal complaint. Other parents charged include actress Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. Riddell, 36, was charged with conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest services mail fraud, as well as conspiracy to commit money laundering, prosecutors said. According to the since-deleted profile on IMG's website, Riddell is the director of college entrance exam preparation and has been working there since 2006. Officials say parents spent anywhere from $200,000 to $6.5 million to guarantee their children's admission.
God damn, Florida man was can't join the money-making thing.
Yeah,
Let's just put it like this. Holy goddamn shit.
He upgraded from blue-collar crime to white-collar crime.
Good for Florida man. Florida man upgraded.
Prosecutors...
He's improving himself.
He is. He still got caught. Prosecutors said that conspiracy involved bribing SAT and ACT exam administrators to allow the test taker, typically Riddell, to secretly take college entrance exams in place of students or to correct the students' answers after they had taken the exam.
Mm-hmm.
Test administrators accepted bribes of as much as $10,000 per test to facilitate the cheating scheme, and Riddell was also paid $10,000 for each student's test, prosecutors said. In many instances, the students taking the exams were unaware that their parents had arranged for the cheating. U.S. Attorney Andrew Lelling in Boston said Tuesday at a news conference that the colleges are not targets of the continuing investigation. He says authorities believe that other parents were involved. That means there's going to be more. For every student admitted through fraud, an honest and genuinely talented student was rejected. Court documents say an admissions consulting company in California was paid $25 million from 2011 through February 2019 to help facilitate the bribes, which were concealed through charity.
Now, I'm sorry. Just because they got in through cheating does not mean that they are not talented people.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is true privilege.
Yeah.
No, you're right, though. It doesn't mean that they weren't talented. It just means that they cheated.
Their parents
the
cheated.
Same thing.
Well, that means for some of these kids, it probably means the parents cheated. Maybe the parents, maybe. How do you know that kid wanted to go to Ivy League? Those parents probably we want the prestige of having a kid in Ivy League, so we're going to bribe the way to get you there. And these kids probably, maybe for some of them didn't know.
Well, that's what it says. It says that the kids did not know that the parents were doing this.
So good enough to get into Ivy League, only to find out they only got there because their mom and dad paid.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be very debilitating for them. We need to be giving these rich kids sympathy.
Rich kids need sympathy.
Well, these specific rich kids, yes. Because that's gotta be a blow that your parents thought you were so dumb they had to pay money to get you into college.
I don't see a problem with this. They are that dumb.
How do you know that?
Because
they could just be lazy. Hi. I'm gonna get it later.
Ray Stone says, if it is privilege, why are they being arrested? The kids aren't being arrested. It's the parents that are being arrested. He says it's not privilege, it's networking.
That's very true.
And now it just brings up the point. It's the true definition of helicopter parenting. These parents are basically going, we're going to get you into the college we want you in. So here's some money. You're going to the college I want you to.
You're not wrong. Alright, let's see. What do we have left?
I have... Let's see.
I have one.
Yeah.
I have one.
Alright, so it's on to the cringe.
Yes. And we have top sexual fantasies revealed, including...
Ooh.
And this was a poll that was taken in England.
Oh, I bet it was a poll.
Are we going to play the muting game again? I feel that's coming up. When it comes to sexual fantasies, some people are quite open about their naughty desires, while others keep them to themselves. But a new survey has revealed exactly what people are thinking about, and the results are very revealing. More than half the women have fantasized about having sex with an ex-boyfriend while making love with their current partner.
Oh, they want to get spit roasted.
No, I think imagining the current one is the ex.
Oh.
I don't know what that says about your relationship.
It means that you're not as good as a lover as the ex.
Maybe. They're most likely to most likely to revisit sex with their first love, with 38% saying they have done this. Oh, so romanticizing the boy you lost it to.
Mm-hmm.
Less than a quarter of women, 24%, feel guilty about these reminiscences, but majority, 76%, believe it's just a part of life. Having sex with an ex is less for men, with 53% fantasizing about past sexual encounters.
Because we've been there and done that.
Men are more fickle.
Also, crazy is crazy. They tend to remember why they broke up with the chick and don't want to usually think about her again. The first love was the most common sexual fantasy chosen by 23% of men, and only 16% felt guilty about their behavior. Other popular fantasies include sex with a celebrity, sex with a stranger, and an affair with a work colleague. But one of them is perhaps a tad odd. The option was sex with a person in authority, which in itself isn't too odd, but the example given was a traffic warden.
What the fuck?
Okay. I can honestly say I've never fantasized about having sex with a traffic cop.
It's because they know how to use those those light up sticks really well.
The nightsticks.
Yeah.
How to get out of a ticket. I don't know. The dating website illicitencounters.com surveyed 2,000 people to find out our most popular fantasies. And this was the breakdown. Again, one was sex with an ex at 55%. A sex scene on TV or online was 40%. Sex with a celebrity was 38%. Only 36% said sex with the current partner.
Hey, that's still number 4. It's not that bad.
Sex with an ex was number 1.
I didn't say it was good. I just said it wasn't that bad.
Sure. Sex with a stranger was 29%. An affair with a work colleague was 27%.
I did hear there's a lot of glory holes in London.
And sex with a friend was 25%. Group sex was 19%. And sex in a public place was 14%. And sex with someone in authority, police officer or traffic warden, 11%.
I think it's the police officer more than the traffic warden.
It's got to be the cop more than the traffic warden, because it's like, unless you're fantasizing about how to get out of your numerous parking tickets without paying money, you're not fantasizing about the traffic cop.
Unless, like, they're really hot.
Ishtar, is that why you stare at the meter maid?
I have never seen a meter maid.
Lies. All lies.
I've seen a meter stud, but that's beside the point.
I mean, I don't think, sex in public or something would be higher. I guess I can understand sex with an ex if it's, reminiscing about,
He touched me the right way, she sucked me off just right.
The one ex who could, do something right, but that was the only thing they did right in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That I get. I mean, I guess sex in a public place can be overrated. It depends on where, really.
Especially if you get kicked out of a national monument.
Huh?
Oh, I've heard this story.
I was kicked out of a national monument in Canada.
Or
sex in public.
Explicit sexual acts in public.
I'm going to need more details here. That's leaving me hanging here.
That may be better told off stream.
Ah. Hey, at least it's a better story than trying to explain why you have scratches from tree bark on your back.
Personal experience?
Yep. Tree bark is not good on your back.
Note to self.
I would think not.
You think?
But you did anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing. I've said it before. Sex on the beach is horrible. Yeah, they make it all romantic and everything like that on TV and in movies. Sand gets everywhere. And it's not comfortable.
And sex in a car is only fun if they have a big enough car for a big back seat. Tiny back seats are cramping and hurt.
You know, I did tell Sarah I have a nice big back seat in the car that I do have. We have yet to try it out.
She probably is worried about the henchmen coming around to take a look.
Probably not wrong.
Uh-huh.
See you
Hello,
later,
aircraft
Cinder
Sparky. Bye, Cinder.
Alright, we have one last article.
Do we?
We do.
Is it my article?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Only false
God.
positive.
Oh god, yes, Hondas, especially if they're only the two-door, like, two-seaters. Ugh.
Could be worse. It could be in the back of VW Bug.
Sometimes this comb jelly has an anus. Sometimes it doesn't.
What?
Like a rainbow or a sunset, the anus of the warty comb jelly is a fleeting marvel.
What?
An anus is a gateway for solid waste removal from an animal's digestive system. In most animals, the anus is reliably found in one location all the time. But I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. A jellyfish relative, also known as a warty comb jelly or sea walnut, is not most animals. The jelly's anus isn't fixed in place on its gelatinous body. Instead of a permanent opening, a so-called anal pore appears when the jelly needs to defecate and then disappears immediately afterward, leaving unblemished skin behind it, according to a new study.
What kind of article did you find?
Disappearing anuses.
This is a
This
bastard
is
mixture of science and cringe. What the hell is wrong with you?
I got it from Wren.
Science cringe. It's a new little subgenre.
The warty comb jelly belongs to a group of marine invertebrates called ctenophores. Unlike such close relatives as sponges and jellyfish, ctenophores, especially their bodily functions, are poorly understood, says Sydney Tam, a researcher with the Marine Biological Laboratory in Woods Hole, Massachusetts, wrote in the study.
Her college thesis was about the anuses of jellyfish.
Yes.
In fact, prior studies had concluded that the warty comb jelly had a permanent anus. But when Tam used video microscopy to closely examine the larvae and adults, he discovered that their anuses were intermittent, and that the jelly's defecation took place through an opening which appears and disappears in a regular rhythm, Tam reported.
It's got a winking starfish.
Yes.
After the jelly gulps down prey, the meal travels through a 6-part digestive system. Eventually, the food ends up in a central stomach that feeds into canals for pooping, which dead end at the body's surface as lobes, Tam wrote in the study. Tam observed that when a jelly was ready to defecate, the shape of its stomach would change, narrowing into a rectangular box, and its anal canals would widen. 2 minutes later, the esophagus crumpled, preventing more food from entering the stomach. Lobes at the ends of paired anal canals filled with waste particles and began to swell, with one lobe protruding significantly. As that lobe reached maximum volume, a pore opened and released a stream of poo as particles and clumps, Tam reported. But before the pore opened, the skin of that lobe appeared uniformly smooth. There was no sign that the pore had opened there before.
Maximum volume.
Then, when all the waste had been released, the pore closed completely and disappeared, Tam wrote. From start to finish, the entire process lasted from 2 to 3 minutes in the larvae and juveniles, measuring up to 0.8 inches long, and 4 to 6 minutes in adults with body lengths between 1.2 and 2 inches. The warty comb jelly is to date the only known animal with a now you see it, now you don't anal pore. Further investigations of its elusive anus may help to explain how permanent anuses evolved in other animals, according to the study.
Elusive anus.
So now we're talking about anuses. By the way, NC, what did you put on Twitter? Because that looks disgusting. And that can't be real.
Ishtar,
Yes.
that has to be the most ridiculous article you have ever read.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then went quiet for a second.
Of course it did. I had to answer a question. Hey, how's it going? What is up, Zach?
How's it going, anti-hero? You came just in time for the end of MSNBC, where we were talking about the disappearing and reappearing anus of a jellyfish that someone did their thesis on.
Because
And
they
took
couldn't come up with anything else.
and took time to study.
Yep.
That's what you do.
So, that's
How was that movie? Was it a good movie?
did one of the dragons have a disappearing anus?
I was waiting for you to say that.
But it is about that time, ladies.
Second hardest animal to bug or your average jellyfish?
I really don't want to know what his answer is for the first hardest.
Says, great, go see it, bring tissues.
Aw.
So, no, I don't think one of the dragons had a disappearing anus.
That's too bad. So, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. This has been MSNBC, my snarky news broadcasting channel. My name, of course, is Antoine the Great, and I have been joined by my co-host Wren from Relations and Shitlords Anonymous,
Bye, guys.
as well as Ishtar from her own streams, and where she plays Sarah on Army of Snarkness every Thursday, right here on Help the Guildless.
Good night, guys.
I hope you all enjoyed tonight's show. We learned about the disappearing and reappearing anuses of jellyfish. Someone got swallowed by a whale. Someone had a stroke from oral sex. Florida man got caught in one of the biggest bribery rings in college campus, and college campuses everywhere. We also found out that he is a beginning psychopath that got no jail time. It has indeed been an interesting night. So I hope you all enjoyed. I'm off to go read my Ikea Kama Sutra and be disappointed. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening.